Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm just going to use your initials, G, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you completed integrated speaking practice test number 16, and this one is talking specifically about the process of glacier formation.
In the listening passage, the speakers discuss about glacier.
First of all, when you say the P, passage, you have to pronounce that with more air. So listening passage, not listening passage, but passage. A little bit more air has to come out.
First of all, when the snow stays in one area year-round, it turns into ice, and each year there is snowberry formed and compressed the past layers. Second of all,
let me go back to what you said there. I need to check something.
It turns into ice, and each year there is snowberry formed and compressed the past layers.
There is snow which buries and compresses the previous layers. Or you can say the snow buries and compresses the previous layers without saying there is. So that's a language use issue.
Second of all, the comparison forces the snow to recrystallize, which forms grains. These grains are almost identical in size and shape to grams of sugar.
Exactly.
Gradually, the snow slowly increases in density through collecting of layers by a small number of air pockets. Later,
you're not exactly saying, but the number of air pockets in the snow become fewer and fewer, and of course that makes the ice becomes more and more dense. So it becomes dense and more compact as the air pockets inside the snow become fewer and far between.
About 2 winters, the snow turns into form in an intermediate state between snow and glacier ice.
Right.
Third of all, the ice crystal layers become compressed that no air pocket can come between them.
Exactly, because it's becoming more dense and more compact.
Between snow and glacier ice. Third of all, the ice crystal layers become compressed that no air pocket can come between them.
Maybe so that, or in that, let me see how you said that.
Into form in an intermediate state between snow and glacier ice. Third of all, the ice crystal layers become compressed that no air pocket can come between them.
How about this? They become so compressed that no air pockets can come between them. So that's parallelism or parallel structure. So plus the adjective, so compressed that no air pockets can come between them.
The process for most glaciers takes over 100 to be formed.
Takes over 100 years.
The water glacier becomes so heavy, which begins to move downhill.
Nah, you're having some language use issues here.
The process for most glaciers takes over 100 to be formed. The water glacier becomes so heavy, which begins to move downhill with forces of gravity.
You can just say this. You had some trouble at the end there. Just say, eventually the weight of the glacier becomes so heavy that it moves downhill due to the forces of gravity. You could say something like that. Okay, so let's take a look at the rubrics. And thank you for completing this practice test. And it was late. So you want to do things on time, but don't worry about that. Let's see if I can give you a score right now. So let me go into the... Okay, so I think the biggest issue here, you have problems in 2 areas really, delivery and language use, as I pointed out. So with delivery, you weren't very comfortable speaking about this information, so you had some problems with, for example, your intonation, and you also had some problems with pausing. So if you want to review in the pronunciation section of my course, you can take a look at the lessons. I think it's pronunciation lessons 36 through 40. They focus more on intonation. Then you can also review the lessons 41 through 44, which focus more on thought groups and blending, which is another area that you had trouble with. In the language use area, Sometimes you weren't choosing the right word or the right grammar to express your ideas, so that also made it a little bit difficult sometimes to understand your ideas. Okay, so the rubrics here, I'm going to put you at about 2.16 out of 4, or 17 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, 2.16, this is going to put you at 75% on this particular assignment. All right, anyway, thank you. And you've been a great student. I've enjoyed having you in my class, and keep up the good work.